Good morning, my fantastic folk. It is Wednesday, June 16th. It is my wife's birthday, and I'm just now coming out of a fog. As y'all know, last week I left Friday morning, 5 a.m., took a flight out to Colorado to meet two really good friends of mine that I met through War Robots. Shane, which is Dr. Evil. He is the host. Don't tell him I said that, because he will probably get really annoyed and... I am not the host. We are the... No. Jason and I would both concur that he is the host. And we are the co-hosts. And then Shane's friend that is into mountain bike. We actually went to go stay at his friend's house, Matt Guyver, which is, he's also in the same clan that I'm part of, and the Iron Marathers. We went mountain biking. We went to different restaurants. We went to the ranch that he works at. 300 plus acres of the most beautiful land I have ever seen in person. The mountain biking thing. Yeah, I got that, and then all down my calf. The interesting thing is, of all the video that I all the video footage that I recorded, there was a common denominator, which is what all of the videos had in common, and that is, I felt like a 12-year-old boy that was just told by his father, it's okay to go out by yourself, make your fort, fall and get scratched, get cut, break a bone. When you come home, you're gonna sleep, you're gonna get some food, and you're gonna go back out into the adventure and slay your dragons. That's how I felt. Like the hero's journey in literature. The first time that I fell, it was in a really, really steep area. I'll post videos. I'll probably do like a commentary of me going through the video, saying where it was and what we were doing and stuff. But I remember falling, hitting the ground, and I was like, wow, that hurt a lot. And when I hit the ground, I slid just a little bit, which gave me the, what do you call it, road rash, basically on road rash. And I ride back to Matt, because Shane hasn't arrived at the time, because he was still driving from Indiana. And I'm looking at Matt, and I'm like, damn, this is pretty cool, because in the bubble that I'm in, the predictable box that I'm in, I wake up 4:15 in the morning. My first client's at 5 a.m. I drive to my client, then I drive to my next client, then I drive to my next client, then I drive to my next client, then I go home, I take a cat nap, get something to eat, drive to my next client, come back home, do the dishes, the laundry, play WR, make some videos, go back to sleep, wake back up, and repeat. It's a box. I wake up in a box on my bed. It's a box. I get up off my box, and then I go into another box to brush my teeth, and I'm staring in a box. And then I go and I sit down in my box, and I drive to somebody else's box. Do you get the point? It's I don't know, man. It really reminded me at that moment that I am not in my box right now, And when you get out of your box, sometimes you get hurt. Sometimes you do come out scathed. You come out bruised. But isn't that what happens anytime you take a risk? Take a risk on a relationship. Take the risk on going for a specific program in a college. Or if someone asks you to do something and you normally don't because you're a very, 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 you're very introverted. You get a lot of anxiety. You get really anxious around people. But somebody asks you, hey man, you want to go to this concert? And you're like, you know what? Like the movie Yes Man with Jim Carrey. Something bad will happen if you say no. Someone says, hey, do you want to go throw fish at elderly scuba divers? That's the most random thing I could think of at the moment. Oh my God. But you can't say no. But yeah, man, and I was feeling the sensation of the bruise and of the scraping of the busted up skin. And I immediately made the correlation to, I'm outside of my bubble, I'm outside of my comfort zone, I'm outside of the predictable. But do I stay here long? How long do I stay here? Now, it doesn't mean, when I finish my trip in Colorado, I come back home and I get back to the grind, and that's the same thing as the box. I'm in the box and I'm going from corner to corner with just a little bit more vigor or a little bit more pep to my step. But where am I going? I'm going from corner to corner inside the box, and I'm not doing anything different. Now, what's the definition of insanity? You do the same thing over and over and over again, thinking that you're going to get a different result. It's insane to assume that something different or something magical is going to happen if I stay in the same routine and I don't get outside of that bubble or outside of the box. And then, the other epiphanies that I was having, which was I'm hanging out with two awesome guys that I would have never met, and I probably would have never hung out with outside of this situation if I didn't meet them through the game. That's why I say to people, it's not just a game to me, it's a community, it's a togetherness, it's a tribe. That's why I get so aggravated when certain things start happening that, just like all growing pains in any game that you've ever played, ever, there's going to be underpowered and overpowered weapons, underpowered, overpowered bots or characters in the game. And there's going to be a select few that just gets them all because they have unlimited supply of cash. And others will never see a premium overpowered anything, regardless of how many years that they've played or how many games that they've played daily. I get so frustrated when I see the community breaking apart and all the negativity, and everyone just immediately says, you know what, the most plausible explanation to get rid of all of this anxiousness and anger is to stop the game completely. Or it's not the game that's causing the anxiousness, the anger, the turbulence. It's not the game at all. It's not the underpowered or the overpowered weapons. It's not the underpowered or overpowered bots or characters in the game. It's not. It's the discontent with oneself in life, where they are in life. I don't care. You can send me all your hate mail, all your feedback, your negative feedback. If you're the one, and I'm one of them, and I'm putting myself in the boat, if you complain and get angry at the bots being overpowered or underpowered, the overpowered or underpowered weapons, and you keep getting smashed by these level MK2 players and any of that, is that the reason why you're upset, angry, in turbulence? Or are there other things that are going on in your life that you escape from into the game when you play with your friends? It's like being told when you're a 12-year-old boy, well, you know what? Your adventure's over because you got homework to do and you have school tomorrow. So you can't go out and fiddle around in your treehouse and go hunt snakes or whatever it is that 12-year-old boys do. I contend that it is a lot more, the reaction, the negative reaction to the game is a lot more than just the game. That's basically what I'm saying. So I'm hanging out with them and I'm just in awe. And I realize my vocabulary is not expansive. It is not grandiose. I'm just using words that I've heard many, many times, that I've used probably many, many times in and out of context to try to make myself sound smarter than I really am. I don't give a damn. I will admit it. I don't care. That's one of my things in life that I have no confidence in, and that's my vocabulary. I have no confidence in my vocabulary. And when the dance starts, I stand on the outside or I stay seated because I don't want to be noticed. Because I'm insecure in my own, like, I know why. But I'm 38 going on 39 and I still feel like I'm that 12-year-old boy that keeps getting picked last in soccer, football, basketball, called faggot daily, being bullied. And as a grown man, I don't fear anybody. I know how to fight. I know how to write. I know how to do all the things that I have no confidence in. But me not having confidence, I don't get outside of my bubble to be a little risky, dance on the dance floor instead of in my head, sing in karaoke, not just in the shower, speak intelligently, thinking before I talk, listen more than I speak when I'm in person, like all of these different things. But sitting in community, in around the fireplace with Shane and Matt, I couldn't utter words that had more syllables than wow. Awesome. Dang. Dude, it gets me choked up thinking about that, man, because it's like, sometimes you need a refresh button. Boom. Refresh. Refresh, refresh, refresh. But that refresh button is not, it's like the F5 on the key, on the top key row, the row of keys for Windows machines. Hitting refresh, refresh, and refresh resets, or not resets, but it refreshes the CPU, the processor. But for us, it's not like the easy button where that big red button that are on desks, you hit it, bam, and then a little robot says, that was easy. It's not easy, man. Hitting the refresh button in life, or refreshing one's perspective, hitting that refresh button is painful. It's uncomfortable. It's not predictable. But if you don't hit it, you'll never experience, maybe you will, I don't know, but it's harder to experience that moment where you've allowed your inner child to basically stop adulting. I gotta eat my Nibbana, my banana, and my Greek yogurt. There's a lot of calories right here. Look at this. Can you see it? Oh, everything is backwards because it's this camera. 310 calories. Boy, I love me some calories, just as long as they're not unused calories. Peace, y'all. Oh, I hope you, your friends and family are happy, healthy, and safe. And until next video, I will catch y'all later. Looks like a bobblehead.